Hello, and I'm here to give my review on Grey's Anatomy Season 11, Episode 2. I know I'm a little bit late, and I do apologise for that. I've just been so busy this last weekend. I've had my first Weight Watchers leader training, and then the Sunday was spent putting up a shed, and it's just been a hectic weekend. So this is the first chance I've gotten to share my thoughts on the episode. I've got to admit that this episode wasn't my favourite. I kind of got a little bit confused at the fact that it's just the second episode in and we're already jumping to a character who isn't Meredith. I thought season 11 was meant to be all about Meredith, and within 2 episodes we've already jumped to a different character. And I know that it's Maggie Pierce, I think her surname is. I know it's Maggie, and it's her adopted sister, her half sister who was adopted. So it does link to Meredith, but I think I was more expecting a few more episodes of just Meredith doing the narration, and not some new character that we don't really know much. The good thing is we got to know a little bit more about Maggie, and she does seem a bit more like a character that I can grow to like, which is a good thing. And I also quite enjoyed not so much focus on Callie in Arizona. There was that little hint of them arguing over whether to do the surrogacy or the fellowship for Arizona, but it wasn't a major point in the episode. It was just focusing on Maggie's time at the hospital. There's really not much that I can say about this episode, if I'm honest. I do like the fact that we've got a link to season 10 and Christina Yang's cardiomyopathy storyline with the family who all the 3 kids had developed cardiomyopathy and no one could figure out why. And I like how Maggie just continually picked up that research, and she was searching for a reason for it, and in the end she's found it. And it was a really nice moment for her to finally feel like she could fit in, that people would respect her as a new doctor. It's got to be so hard to fill the shoes of a doctor who was so well loved for 10 years on the show. So, but just as the doctor, or just even as a character for the viewers. And that link to season 10 really did help. So Shonda Rhimes got that bit right. I'll give her that one. But the one thing that really did annoy me was the way Maggie just came out with the fact that she was adopted to Meredith. And we can understand why Meredith wouldn't really accept it. And the whole thought of, well, she's 5, she would have been 5, she would have known that her mum was pregnant and having a baby. I will actually backtrack. My sister is 6 years younger than me, and I don't remember anything about my mum being pregnant with my sister. I remember the night of my sister's birth, because I remember being at my nana's, and my nana telling me that I had a sister. That's all I remember. So if that didn't happen, I don't think I would have known much about having a sister who's 6 years younger than me, so 5 years younger. I do get where Meredith is coming from, and I get why she is so closed off and she doesn't like new people coming into her life. If you've been watching the show over the last few years, you'll remember how difficult it was for her to accept Lexi. In the end, Lexi did become a major part of Meredith's life. But she lost Lexi in the plane crash, and I don't think she's ready to let someone else in, especially when she is focusing so much on her marriage, her kids, her sister-in-law now living with her. I think there's just so much going on in Meredith's life that she wouldn't be able to accept it right now. And the way Maggie just blurted out as they were leaving the hospital was just a really bad way to go. You build up to something like that, and she's got to have expected that sort of reaction So it will be interesting to see this week's episode, to see how she deals with it. So yeah, that is the end of my review. There's really not that much that I could say about the episode. It was so much focused on Maggie. And at first I was disappointed, but there's little bits of the episode that I really did enjoy, and I really do look forward to next week's episode. Well, this week's episode now. It's Tuesday, so I've only got 2 days left. So this week's episode and the rest of the season, and I will be back in a few days with episode 3 review.